Good evening, Conversation 2. This is week number 9 because there was a makeup lecture which has already been posted over the weekend. Now, I didn't give you fair warning. I didn't think to log in this weekend because it kind of snuck up on me again. So you do have until this Friday to log in to do your makeup lecture. And this is week 9. So that's it for the makeup lectures. No more of that, okay? So let's just get into the topic for today. You may notice I'm wearing my Edmonton Oilers hockey hoodie, and that is because I did wear it on week 2, I think, which seems like a long time ago. It's about 40 videos ago, and I thought it might be fun just to wear my Oilers hoodie, and my poor hockey team doesn't get to play, of course, because the season is canceled. But we are now halfway, more than halfway, because we're on week 9, and we're trying to make it to week 14. So we've got 5 left after this. Okay, so hang in there. I think things are going pretty well. Mostly, I've been getting positive feedback. There are some problems occasionally, like tonight. I don't have my headset on because I didn't recharge my headset. The speaker and headset need to be recharged separately. My speaker is recharged and my headset is not. So I will try to speak loudly. I know some people said originally that my voice wasn't being picked up well by the microphone because of the distance here, but I will try to speak loudly today and clearly. Chapter 8 in our textbook, Takeaway English 3, is about space travel. Now, I've always wanted to go to space, and when I was a kid, the whole idea of space fascinated me, and there's a lot of people that are interested in space for a variety of reasons. Space travel is one thing. We can't really travel in space yet, but recently there has been some really wealthy people, such as Elon Musk and SpaceX, trying to make space travel affordable. A few years back, there were some celebrities that paid $20 million or something to go, on a space tour kind of thing. But this is really not space travel in the sense that, in the sense that we throw it around. When we refer to science fiction, when there's wormholes and people are going from interplanetary travel and stuff. Mars missions have already begun with robots, but human beings haven't been able to travel through space. There's all kinds of interesting things about space, like when you're in space, you need to exercise all the time because there's no gravity to keep your body. The integrity of your body for very long. So you can't stay out there too long. And also time passes at a different speed for those because it's relative. Your speed in one place, if you're going faster in one place relative to the Earth, then you're going to age slower, just a little bit slower. If you're going the speed of light, you wouldn't age very much, but that's all science fiction stuff. Some people are not that interested in space, though, so I tried to make this topic a little bit more flexible than just talking about space itself. You're welcome to talk about space if you want, but you don't have to, because some people don't care. I don't know why you wouldn't care, though. That's my opinion. It's a really fascinating thing. There's all kinds of other reasons for space travel, too. The fact that we might be able to get resources from other planets, or there might be aliens that we can, learn from or help, or they can help us, or I don't know. Maybe we can just socialize with them. Or maybe they have advanced medicine. Think about that. Anyway, the kernel of this topic is really about, by kernel I mean like the main idea of this topic is imagination and what is possible, possibilities and hypothetical situations, okay? Hypothetical is just a fancy word for something that could happen. So in the textbook, they the main grammar lesson for this week is using, the conditional tense, like saying, it would be very cold on the moon if I was there. You have to do sort of a thought experiment. And again, I find the whole idea of space just really interesting just to think about. And we all know Albert Einstein, and we know, how he came up with these fantastic ideas was just by thinking about being somewhere that he couldn't be, like imagining himself riding on a beam of light through the universe and imagining how that would work, and how he could understand that situation. Lots of theoretical physics are like that. The person who comes up with the ideas and the formulas just has this obviously mathematical ability, and a certain amount of genius and intelligence at their core, that like a basic, really very efficient brain. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. They're very smart people at their root, but they also have this ability to imagine things and use their intelligence to understand something. Somebody can be incredibly intelligent and not come up with these fantastic new ideas. That's what makes the person, on a different level than other people that are super intelligent. The Einsteins and the Stephen Hawkings and Isaac Newtons, those people are, there's lots of smart people around, but those people will come along once in a generation. So I don't expect anybody to give me some sort of crazy, amazing new theory. I would just like you to imagine something that is in the future. So rather than saying something will happen, I want you to say it could or it would, or if I was able to do this. So going to Mars, going to another planet is one of those things. Going to space is one of those things you can talk about. But if you don't want to talk about that and you want to talk about something else, I would like you to talk about something extreme, not like, I would go shopping if the coronavirus wasn't around. Then I would go shopping all day and I would take a vacation to the Maldives. That's pretty normal stuff. I mean, it's interesting and you might desire to do it, but I'm looking for stuff that's more extreme. So going to space is a pretty extreme activity, and there's a limited number of people that get that opportunity. So if you don't want to talk about space, you can talk about something else, but it's got to be something extreme, like climbing Mount Everest, or visiting Antarctica, or, I don't know, going to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, or going to the depths of the Amazon. You can pick whatever it is, but it has to be something extreme. Something, I wouldn't say it's unique, but there's a limited opportunity to do it. And you got to tell me why you would like to do that. So you have to explain, and you have to start out by saying, if I had a chance to do something really interesting that nobody else could do, and money's not an issue here. You don't have to be practical. Just say, just consider it an opportunity, almost like I give you a magic ticket, and you're allowed to go wherever you want. So if I could, I would go in a specially designed submarine down 5 kilometers under the ocean and see all the weird things down there with my floodlight. That sounds terrifying to me. I wouldn't want to do that. But this is the stuff that science fiction is made of, especially originally. The great Jules Verne wrote a number of different 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Journey to the Center of the Earth. These kind of science fiction stories were just stretching the possibilities of what we could explore and what technology could do. That's just one example, but that's kind of what I would like you to do. We're on the edge of being able to do these things, actually, so, the sky's the limit, as they say. You can basically choose any topic you want, any place you want, and it's possible that you might someday have an opportunity to do that. I don't think we'll be going, interstellar style through wormholes anytime soon, but eventually that may occur. And if you want to talk about something like that, you want to fly a spaceship to the edge of a black hole, you can do that. You can talk about that. But you have to tell me why you're interested in it. If you want to tell me a little background story about when you were young and somebody made you interested in, the Amazon, or somebody made you interested in sea life or in mountains, or you just think going to somewhere like the Antarctic where nobody, there's hardly any people, that would be an interesting thing to do, then that's what you can tell me about. Okay? And again, this week there is no assignment. Now, I'm painfully aware that the lecture summaries are behind. These video lectures are taking so much time that I'm barely keeping up to them, so I'm going to make an effort in the next couple days. One, to give you the feedback I promised. That's what I'm doing this week. Main object. But I have to keep up with the video lectures first, so that's the priority still. This class is like 2 or 3 behind. So I'm going to catch up on this class very soon. This week, I'll catch up with you specifically. Now, tomorrow, I'm doing a Zoom meeting with a smaller class, as I said, and if that goes well, then we may try something similar. If it doesn't go well, then we might just stick with this for now. But if that pilot program tomorrow is a hit, and it's not that difficult to get everybody there on time and paying attention, and it's valuable to the students, and everybody thinks that it's a good idea and it's not too much trouble, then we're going to try it with you too. Okay? So just pay attention to the notices on the website this week, because I will, if I'm going to do the Zoom thing, I'm going to ask you to give me, you're going to have to link your email to it and give me your ID so that I can invite you to the meeting. But again, I will look for the lecture summaries to be updated later. Your assignment feedbacks will be distributed later this week, and I will let you know how the Zoom thing goes tomorrow. And depending on how that goes, we may give it a try in week 10. Okay? So that is what I want you to prepare for the 9th question that you have to know for the exam. Presentations, I'm toying with the idea of getting you to just record a 5-minute presentation with your phone or your webcam or your computer. Everybody has a phone, I think. So that's also something we need to talk about, because your presentation would have been done in May in front of the class. But I think it's a good learning experience to stand in front of a camera and try and act like people are listening to you. It's not as easy as it looks. Or maybe it doesn't look easy because I'm not doing it that well. Either way, being in front of a crowd is one thing, and you gotta, work with what you got. When you're in front of a camera and there's nobody around and nobody's watching you and giving you signals, you just gotta act by yourself. And seeing as things have changed for now and probably will be different going forward, that this is a skill that would be valuable for you too. So that's probably what's going to happen, because that's a good opportunity for me to evaluate you. As I said, the policy has been relaxed, so 50% of you, I can give A's to 50%, but that's it. The rest of you will get a grade lower than that. So I need to distinguish between you and how much effort you're making, and one way I can do that is to have you submit a presentation. So like I said, later this week, look for all this information to start coming up on the website, and you'll get an email from me as well about how you're doing with your interview questions, okay? So thank you for listening. That's all for tonight, and a whole bunch of stuff is going to be coming out later this week, so check the website towards the end of the week if you want to get that information. Don't check tomorrow because it won't be ready. Okay, thank you. Have a good night, and talk to you all soon.